No, we don't. So we love it when you guys jump into the show as well. When you guys talk to us about some of the things that are happening, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Are there events going on? Are there charities that you guys would like to promote? Those are the kind of things we love to do. Keep posted with us. Jump in on the show. We will talk about that. Also, when we start to look at businesses and people and things from that standpoint, we love to talk with you. You can also give us a call. The phone number 855 282 8255. Well, once again, that is 855 282 8255. By the way, my friend, producer Ryan, I said I didn't have anything this show. Maybe I'll send it to you and we can post it later. But I was going through some videos last night, and we promote St. Louis people, whatever they're doing, business, sports, whatever. Jamison Williams, receiver for the Lions, Luther Burden, receiver for the Bears. They played against each other the other night. Two Farmer, remember what high schools they were at? Or at least one of their high schools.
Cardinal Ritter.
Cardinal Ritter.
Yes, sir.
Did Jamison spend all of his time at Ritter?
I don't think him.
Because Luther started at Ritter.
Yeah, then he went to Eastside.
And then he went to East St. Louis.
But I think Jamison stayed all four.
So I had a pretty cool picture, getting a chance to see those guys go at it.
I remember I played Luther in basketball. He was a pretty good basketball player, too.
Yeah, another update, too, real quick, is from a sports standpoint, NBA related. Jordan Goodwin, remember what high school he went to?
Oh, I ruined his alumni comeback day. Yeah. Belleville Altoff.
The Altoff Catholic High School.
Oh, yeah, you went there, too.
Well, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Somebody had to win state titles before Jordan could get one.
Yeah, and who else? Who was the coach there? Ken Turner, right?
Yeah, he was football coach.
Yeah, football coach.
So what happened with Jordan Goodwin?
Okay, so it was like the last game of the season. I think it was like their senior night or whatever, and Jordan Goodwin came back to like watch the guys play, right? And we're like, oh yeah, man, we're coming in. We're spoiled.
Oh, senior night, you mean from Altoff?
Yeah, right.
Did you play over at Altoff?
No, I played St. Mary's. I played at St. Mary's.
No, I know where you played at high school. Where was the game?
Yeah, it was at Altoff. It was their senior night. Yeah.
So you came over to Belleville to play.
Yeah, we played them. And Jordan Goodwin, they gave him all a standing ovation and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, that's the guy that plays at SLU, right? But yeah, we ruined their senior night. Yeah.
That's good. Well, Jordan had a pretty good game the other night. I believe this was from Sunday, maybe. He had the best game of his NBA career so far against the Thunder. He had 26 points on 8 of 13 shooting from three. And they won. He plays for the Suns right now, 108-105. Jordan Goodwin.
I wish he would have stayed on the Lakers. I wish the Lakers kept him. You know, that's my team.
And yeah, so good for Jordan. Love to promote what's happening from that standpoint. Good for him. Very, very good for him. Also, coming out of the gate this morning with updates on our St. Louis kids or people from the Missouri area. I brought him up yesterday. Harrison Mevis, the thicker kicker, the 6 foot, like 260 kicker, finished his first NFL regular season with it's a heavy intent show for you today already. Your Rams. He only missed one kick this season when he started playing. Yeah. So Harrison Mevis doing some really good things in the NFL, making it, which is really cool too. So, yeah, very, very nice. Very nice for those guys. And of course, that's what we try to do. Get those stories when it comes to St. Louis kids and whatever they may be doing, men, women, you name it. We'll get it out there to make sure that we can promote anything and everything that we can. So, if you guys have something, jump in, let us know. I also, because, you can do it. X, Facebook, and YouTube. You know where to find us. X, Facebook, and YouTube. Let us know everything that's going on. We don't know everything that's happening. So we appreciate that. Other updates right out of the gate this morning. Mizzou in the portal. They got, I was really happy to, Robert Woodyall, they got a damn good linebacker from Auburn. Guy was really good for Auburn. Missouri needed a linebacker to replace Jeremiah Trotter or Josiah Trotter, and they got him. They got a good line. The kid is good, really, really good. So love to see that. But it is interesting right now because you're also seeing, for sure, the amounts of money quarterbacks, like top-notch quarterbacks, like Texas Tech and all their oil money. If you guys didn't realize it, out of all the places in America who's got the most money, it's down in West Texas, of all places. West Texas oil, other industry, some businesses, they're putting up serious cash. They just took a quarterback from Cincinnati. This is, I mean, college kids paid him over $5 million right now. Budget $5 million to come and play a year of football at Cincinnati or at Texas Tech. I mean, this is more than the NFL that you'd be getting in the NFL.
Yeah, that's wild.
It really is wild. The wild, wild west right now of college football.
So, like, my question is, do you hold them to this, like, to a higher standard or the same standard as a professional NFL player now then?
What do you mean standard? What do you mean hold them to a standard?
Like, not even like they can't just, you got to give them contracts. I don't know how to explain it. I don't think they should be making just $5 million and just being
no, I understand that. I just didn't understand the question. Right. Meaning, what do you hold them to?
Like, even with just like, I mean, just
you mean ridicule them if they don't do well or
stuff like that too? Like,
I do.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't care if you're younger or don't even understand the error of your action. You sign a contract, you want to get paid, then yeah, it's all on the table. You deserve to be ripped up and down. You deserve to be treated unmercifully, just like any, because you're a professional now. You have made the choice to make yourself a professional, even though you may be 19 years old, 20 years old. You deserve, if you screw up or whatever it is, if that's what you mean, yeah, I do believe you're held to that standard, 100%.
Like, I just can't believe, like, there's
and you can be fired. You should be, and you're fired.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
But some of the contracts also have, if you get rid of us, then you have to pay us money. What is going on right now, it's brutal for the NCAA. I mean, for whatever with NCAA, but it's brutal for the game and the universities. There's got to be a better way to do it. I mean, that's why these college coaches are wanting to get out. All of a sudden, they are. It's insane what's going on right now. So yeah, not a big fan of it. I mean, every single position transfer. Top-notch players are over $1 million just to transfer. I mean, some of the lowest money is like $250 just to transfer for average to below average players that are transferring if they come over. That's what's so insane to me. For example, you had a tight end a couple of years back, transfer from Ohio. He played at his high school ball at MICDS. And he's been one of the tight ends for Ohio State the last 2 years. Kesmerick. If anybody's been watching the games, you've seen him. He's had some catches. Had a really good game in the Big Ten championship against Indiana. Just a couple of years ago, he was, they needed a second blocking tight end. They paid him over $250 a year just to come out his first year from Ohio to Ohio State.
To block.
To block, just to be a blocker. He was a blocking tight end, big blocking guy. So the money that is out there and where it's coming from, I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Because when you start talking to people who've invested money and donors, they say it's the worst money they've ever spent in their life because you really don't get anything out of it. There's no return. It's all about you want to see your guys maybe do well or your team or your school. But outside of that, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing there, man.
Yeah, I would rather donate to like the school and the students that are working every day as well in the classroom.
Well,
and just help the whole campus instead of just the football team, especially for guys who only care about money.
But I mean, if you'd want to help there, true, but you don't see that. That's something that you really don't see. Yeah. But I appreciate your idea on that. I do, and your feeling.
I'm all for guys getting paid though, for sure. I think I think that it should have been caught on before I was even born, and it would have been way better. but
not how it's happening
right
now.
now. Yeah, it's just crazy right now. Like when Calipari said, like, why am I still recruiting high
College,
school kids?
yeah, high school. It's high school. I mean, excuse me, it's basketball and football. It's all the, but those are the two main sports.
Yeah, and it hit those two main sports a lot. Like I know it's not really going on in track and field, and it's not really going on in soccer like that. It's like it's just really basketball, and it's just I feel bad for the high school kids because now they don't have to just compete against each other. They have to compete against guys that are like 24. Now they got to compete with pros.
Yeah, which is why you have to go to small. If you're not a top notch recruit, you have to go to smaller schools.
Yeah,
and then you have to rotate. And these kids who are great in sports, some of them, you don't want to have to start at one school, then move to another, then move to another.
Especially
because that screws up your academic side of things.
Yeah.
But yet the sport you love is forcing you to act the other way because academics has nothing to do with anything that's going on. Zero. I'm all about getting paid too. I am. Yeah. But at the same point in time, it's crap with what they have going on right now. It doesn't make any sense. If you here's the problem though. Some of this money is life-changing money.
It really is.
Right now. And it's like, my God, what is going on? And I just wish there was some sort, if you gave me time and I would find I'd put a group together, maybe there's a way to give a certain amount of money. And now you've kind of let this whole thing breathe where I think donors are also like, man, I think donors are getting kind of worn out. Even the ones with all the money in West Texas and the oil, they're like, wait a second. We just paid all this money and we didn't even make the Final Four this year. They made the final 8 teams, but they got walloped by Oregon. They couldn't even score. I mean, they could not move the ball against Oregon. The one position they needed more than anything, they went out and got a quarterback. Sorsby from Cincinnati. They're paying him $5 million for a year. Just let that sink in. $5 million for a quarterback for a year in college. What you really need to see happen here is there be something connected to performance-based, in my humble opinion.
Yes.
And then that even offers problems. Because if it's performance-based, who's to say that your school, if they're trying to save money or something else, isn't going to, quote, give you an extra carry? Those are some of the things that happen in the NFL that people don't think about when they have performance-based contracts. You'll see it every now and then on the sideline at the end of the year, somebody joking. There's a famous video with Gronk telling Brady on the sideline, man, I need another catch for like another 100, I can't remember how much it was.
100K or something like that. Yeah.
And then they made sure to get him a reception.
Yeah, they do that
to
all
get
the
his
time.
bonus.
Yeah.
Some of those things can happen as well. It's just like, but right now, this whole scene from high school and college is absolutely insane.
You know, if they just caught on to it and wasn't being greedy in the beginning and they just said, hey, in like the 1990s, hey, we'll give you a percentage of the jerseys we sell from your like number or whatever. And they gave you like some type of stipend. This wouldn't be happening. I don't think this would be happening.
Yeah, this is destroying it's destroying college football from now it's fun to watch as a fan. Hey, who are we getting? You know, who's coming in? Who's going to be our new team? It's staying in the headlines more, but it's also getting the professional atmosphere of it. For example, sometimes people make the most of it. Bo Pribula, the quarterback from Missouri this past year, allegedly had close to $2 million to transfer in from being the backup quarterback at Penn State. Allegedly took his money and invested most of it in real estate. So he took that money right out of the gate and said, I'm going to invest it in real estate, and then I'm going to let it ride, and then I'll just live on more like a college student. Very intelligent. But don't think for a second you don't go to a football facility, players' parking lot, and look at the cars that are there right now.
It's insane.
I'm telling you, it like a luxury dealership lot.
It's better than a rap music video.
I've seen it with my own eyes at the University of Missouri. I'm just telling you, wow. The money is real. Those stories are real. The situations are real. And we're thinking back, and some people who don't even like sports are like, what the hell is going on? Where are we in life from that standpoint? You talk about investing into students, and that sounds very nice. But it's like there's so many other students. It's like, how do you really know? I mean, are you investing money and things of that nature? You can give money back to help make a program good. One of my fraternity brothers at Mizzou became a billionaire.
Whoa.
Hayes Barnard, yeah. Now he helped out with the Mizzou program business school.
Yeah, I think that's so cool.
Yeah, but it's like, I was like, what? Hayes became a billionaire? I was like, damn, he's worth what, $3 billion already? I was like, that's, but he had met Elon, allegedly met Elon along the way. Started providing clean water in the world and some solar energy, things of that nature. But I bring Hayes up just from the standpoint of giving to like a school, a business school, and it may help people over a long period of time. Whereas now you're giving money to an individual who needs to win games right now.
And that's
right now.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like when I get to a point where I could donate money like that, like I would donate to the school. Like I would donate to either the school of journalism
some of these
I would not donate to the team.
Some of these donations do go all the way around.
Yeah.
You'll see some of those. But right now, I mean, if you don't have money, you're not going to be able to compete.
At all.
You're just not. It's not as much in the college ranks yet for basketball, but it is in the college ranks for football.
Yeah. For football, for sure. Like basketball, I kind of see it, but basketball is a 5-player game. Like I can come out and I could feel like I've always thought a mid-major D1 guy could mess with a high Power 5 guy. Power 4, I mean. But football, no, it's totally different. It's a man's game. Big linemen.
No, it is. I mean, that's the one thing is what we were talking about there is skill positions can transfer.
Yeah.
You don't see linemen necessarily moving up from lower schools to bigger schools just because of the sheer physicality, the big bodies. They're just there. However, there is one other thing that's happening since we kind of took this route in the first segment, and we'll get back into that later, is the fact that the best college football story in the history of this country, what Indiana has done the last 2 years under Coach Curt Cignetti, looks like or appears to be like it's going to only get better. Why do you say that? They are now loading up on the transfers. Indiana. Young men even taking less money to go to Indiana to play with Cignetti.
That's scary.
They just picked up yesterday a quarterback who I think is every bit as good, if not better, than Fernando Mendoza, and that's John Hoover, who's coming in from TCU. They got one of the best transfer portal receivers from Michigan State. I can't remember where the running back is that they got. I just like his name, Turbo. So
that is a fire nickname.
They got one of the best defensive ends in the country transferring in from Notre Dame. And the thing about it is all these guys that are transferring in have started for at least 2 years at other Power 4 schools and had production. So Indiana, which could have been a sleeping giant, which has a lot of money too, now allegedly putting the money out because they're like, damn, winning college football is fun. This is really good. Let's continue this on. Now they need to get some money in that town of Bloomington. Good friend of mine.
Oh yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been to Bloomington. However, I was told this year he has a son that goes to Mizzou and he has a son that goes to Indiana. And he said, you go to Mizzou and there's infrastructure. The town is a much better place to go to than Bloomington, Indiana. He's like, Mizzou gets it. They have the infrastructure. They've got hotels, just bigger place. He says, now the campus at Indiana is so much nicer than Mizzou's, but they don't have the infrastructure in the town. They were not ready for an influx of college football fans from across the country coming to games because they were never used to it. It was a basketball state that has become a football state and a football school. With that being said, he said his last trip there, a little motel off the road, like little off the highway, cost him almost $1,300 a night for a room because supply and demand has taken over on these college football weekends. They don't have enough hotels. So if anybody was in the business, they need to start building up hotels in Bloomington, Indiana. It doesn't look like Kurt Cignetti's going anywhere anytime soon. However, all of a sudden, we're starting to see and hear his name being brought up for NFL jobs. The Raiders, the Giants. And isn't it interesting that in just 2 years, all of a sudden, the general consensus is, I think Indiana's a better job than going to the Giants or the Raiders in the NFL. Seriously. And I agree.
I think it is.
Why would you not want to do any of that? I don't, who knows? Because the NFL could eat you up. You just never know. But it's a crazy thing that's happening right now in college football, as we were talking about the kids and the money and what can happen. You're a professional athlete. Yes. Meaning professional athletes get booed. Should college kids who are 18, 19, 20, they're not 18, but like 19, 20, 21, 22, should they be booed? In a perfect world, no. But if they're offering to accept money and do this and be professionals, yeah. Should they be ridiculed in the papers if they're screwing it up? Yeah.
Amen.
It's not fun. I hate it. I would never want that for myself or my kids. But it's what happens. It comes with the territory.
Yeah, at this point, if you're getting paid like a professional, get treated like one.
It's exactly. No,
Like,
it's exactly what happens.
I'm just like starting now. I'm just waiting for the guys on TikTok to start just flaming college kids when they start playing bad, because they do it in the NBA.
Aren't they getting flamed in basketball and football already?
Like they get flamed, but it's like not as much as like an NBA player would. Like you won't see a 3-minute video of them like just showing low lights. Like I've never seen that on the college side yet. Maybe it's my For You page, but I haven't seen that yet. But
it's not fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've seen a couple edits of like Carson Beck, but that's Carson Beck. He's one of the biggest QBs in college football. I mean, like just
but Carson quieted his naysayers from last year.
This year he really did. I haven't seen it since Georgia. So
and he was another guy that was making over $4 million. So the kid that's moving from Cincinnati, who I said on this show at the beginning, he's the guy who I wanted at Mizzou. Mizzou was going to be paying $5 million. But in West Texas, the oil money, landman time, they got the money to be paying a quarterback that much. That means they're going all in. And this kid is that good. So wow, when it comes to the wild, wild west of money and what we're starting to see and who's getting what. The top running back, by the way, top running backs in America are getting $1 million. So I promise you right now that Ahmad Hardy's making $1 million a year at Mizzou. Jamal Roberts from St. Mary's, who decided to stay instead of go somewhere else to be a featured back, not at $1 million, but I promise you, he's got to be making over $500,000 a year. Got to be. So it just goes to show you, and who knows what they're going to be paying this Austin Simmons once he does sign, who came up from Ole Miss. That's going to probably be your next quarterback at the University of Missouri. I don't see, and we'll see. I don't know how Matt Zollers could get past him, but I promise you, to get him up, it would have taken at least $2 million. All that money coming in, which is absolutely insane. All that money coming in. So, welcome to the wonderful, wild world of college athletics. And by the way, other sports are getting paid too. Not like this, but, do you have transfer portal, which is affecting girls volleyball or women's volleyball, women's basketball? Some of these things are happening as well. You just hope it doesn't get to a point in time where they're putting so much money there. It may eliminate some of the sports. I mean, it's really for the non-revenue making sports. and what's going to happen there. Those are some concerns that I've heard some parents in other sports say, including people who are training them going, wow, we're just starting to hear some of these crazy things that are going on and not necessarily sure we like what we're starting to see when it comes to all the money that's out there. But it just, 2026, who would have thought people have enough money to be giving millions of dollars to 19, 20, 21-year-olds to get the job done? All right. It is what it is right now. We got some of that stuff going on. Were you going to say something? Okay. No. This is Art City. Now that's producer Ryan, Vic Faust. The phone number is 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. We are your Lou information station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m., bringing you all things St. Louis all the time, other national stories that we try to localize, and, of course, some of those things that are starting to make a little bit more sense. So really nice with the weather. We'll get into that when we come back as well. There's some NFL news that was going on. We were focusing on some of the local kids and what's happening. U.S. Figure Skating Championships in town this week. We can touch upon that. Anything else that you guys want to jump into, you can let us know. A St. Louis County bakery is going to be no longer. A lawsuit, by the way, I heard some really bad, even my supposable healthy double quarter pounders without cheese at McDonald's, I've heard, are not so healthy. And
I could have told you that.
And a lawsuit over the McRib meat misrepresentation.
McRib.
You still can't get that, right?
No, that's a seasonal item.
Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't even know that. Yeah. More data centers. I'm telling you, this is a big, big deal. There's so much money regarding data centers and what AI needs, and AI needing data centers. For STL, now a new location. We'll get into that as well for possibilities of bringing that in. Anything else you guys want to jump into, let us know. We'll talk about it here. We are off and rolling. It is January 6th, 2026. We're here. Give us a call. Jump in on X, Facebook, and YouTube as well. Check in. If there's anything else that's going on, we'll check with you guys. All right. Take a quick break. Come back right after this.
The information station, a whole new way to enjoy content created just for those of us in the St. Louis area. It's a whole new way to advertise and promote your business. Reach out and find out just how different we are. If you're tired of one-sided advertising offerings or your traditional media rep trying to shove digital marketing down your throat, visit louinfo.com and click on advertising. Or email partnerships at louinfo.com for more information.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
louinfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
Your louinfo.com news report. St. Louis County Police are investigating a deadly shooting in Jennings. Officers were called just before 2:30 on Monday morning to the 2000 block of Switzer Avenue, where a man was found shot and pronounced dead at the scene. Police say a suspect was injured during a break-in at the St. Louis Public Library branch on South Jefferson Avenue. It happened around 6 a.m. Monday. Investigators say two suspects broke into the building and the investigation is ongoing. Illinois State Police shot and killed a woman during a stop involving a stolen vehicle on Sunday night on South State Street. Police say 40-year-old Rachel Terrence of Mayville hit a squad car and drove toward a trooper who fired. Terrence later died. No troopers were injured. The trooper is on administrative leave. Prioritize Pastries in Maplewood will close its storefront later this month, but the business may continue in another form. The owner said the lease at the Sutton Boulevard location was not renewed. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, louinfo.com weather, presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports, anytime, anywhere.
Here's your louinfo.com weather update. Some rain coming up later in the week, but for now, things stay pretty nice. We will have a little cloud cover for a while, but more sunshine as we get toward afternoon. Breezy and upper 50s on today's high. Overnight, some clouds, upper 30s, and then 60 and sunny on Wednesday. Rain looks pretty likely on Thursday. Will stay near 60. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and on the free Lou Info app.
I'm Big Toe Media President Dave Green, and for the last few months, I've been telling you about what makes Home Bank different. Local people, local decisions, and real relationships. So let me take that a step further. When you walk into Home Bank, you're not walking into a system, you're walking into a conversation. This is a bank that understands St. Louis because they're part of it. The people making decisions live here, work here, and invest back into the same communities you do. That matters, especially when you need answers, flexibility, and a partner you can trust. Big banks can make promises. Home Bank builds relationships. If you're ready for a smarter, more personal banking experience, I'd encourage you to start that conversation today with Home Bank, the team behind our team. Visit myhomebank.bank or call 855-577-2001. Home Bank, member FDIC. More than a bank, they're your business partner.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110. Guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. Good morning, St. Louis. Hope you're doing well. I'm Vic Faust. This is Arch City Now. Producer Rye alongside as well. 855-282-8255, your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. We're also on X, Facebook, and YouTube. That's where you can stream us live every day. Jump in on the comments, the show as well. Appreciate you guys being there with us as we try to bring you everything from the St. Louis world on a Tuesday morning, getting you up and at it. Boy, you get up early in the morning and it's dark in this area. So it's dark. Not until after 7 o'clock does it seem like we get some sun that comes up. Then at night, it seems like the sun's going down at like 4:15. I mean, seriously, for like the last 2 months, it feels like it's 8 o'clock when it's like 5 o'clock. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's the sun going down, even if it's a sunny day. The good thing is we have some pretty good weather, as we were just talking about. So anyway, temperatures, about 60 yesterday, 60 today, 60 tomorrow, 60, near 60 or over 60 all the way through Friday. We'll take it. We'll take it for this first week, finishing up the first week of January. We have the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in town as well. Really cool there. You've got that begins the action tomorrow night. The tickets are still available at Enterprise if you want to check that out. The best figure in the country, some of those the best in the world, putting together their team for the Olympics that's coming up. That's just a really, really good time, good thing to do there, especially getting out and doing something that's a little bit different. And if you haven't watched, I mean, obviously you see figure skating on TV. When you see it in person, and I covered figure skating as well when I was in Detroit, they had some training facilities there, and obviously in that part of the world, more of a winter town, they had some of the U.S. Olympic training things going on there. A couple of the dancers, Tanith Belbin, got to do some fun stories with old Tanith. She was an ice dancer. When you see it in person, the freaking phenomenal athletes, they really are. The sheer strength in their legs, the athleticism, the quads, the jumping, the triples, all of those things. It's really cool. Get out, check it out. Something that's a little bit different. But that's going on the next, 3-4 days. USA Network covers it tomorrow night and Thursday night and Friday night and Saturday. And then they have the team announcement on Sunday, which I think is really cool as well. So it's in the area. And the Blues are out of town this week. They've got 3 road games. They're a Wednesday, Friday, Saturday situation on the road. So they're starting tomorrow night. They're not in town. So you got that. Then, of course, Mizzou basketball. So, they're in action tomorrow night as well at Kentucky. And then you have SLU. They're in action against VCU. They're 13-1, but they're playing at VCU. VCU's 11-4. SLU has a damn good team. Unfortunately, they have a damn weak schedule. And I'm like, oh, man. And then I was watching them going, okay, they're the best team in the state of Missouri, no doubt about it. They're better than Mizzou. But after watching Mizzou with their full complement of players against Florida, the defending national champions, beat them, I can't say that anymore. I can't. I think Mizzou would beat SLU more times than not after watching with their full complement of players. It's not a slight on SLU. Just letting you know. I love the SLU basketball program. I just wish that they played some really good teams. The only halfway decent team that they've played is Stanford, and they lost, which is like, oh. Now, they're still. I still think they could be good enough to get in the NCAA tournament. But the problem is you only had one decent opponent. And you lost. So I was like, oh, I hated to see that. I mean, for example, they should have beat Stanford, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know how that goes. I mean, you look at Stanford. Stanford's record right now is 12-3. But Stanford is also, when they've played, they won 78-77 over SLU when you think back to that game. But then Stanford went and lost to UNLV, which was it's not a good loss. They beat Louisville, who was 20th. That's a good win. But they also lost to Notre Dame. So I don't know. We have to wait and see how it all goes. But anyway, tomorrow night, SLU plays at VCU. Mizzou's at Kentucky. The Blues are playing at Chicago. So as you can see, you got a lot of things going on tomorrow night, a lot, which is great. But not now, not tonight. So I find it interesting that, you've got this week. What do you have in town this week? Well, if you're looking for, you've got shows, if you want to go to shows or movies or the concert scene, or you're just home relaxing, but you've also got the U.S. Figure Skating Championships, if that's something that you want to go out and do. So anyway, we yesterday told you about you've got 4 St. Louis area natives that are going to be competing in the Olympics. 3 on the hockey men, 1 on the hockey women. I think it was Joy Dunn. I think that was her name. She's the female representing Team USA. Clayton Keller, and then Matthew and Brady Tkachuk. That's really cool. 4 from St. Louis on the hockey scene. Well, Clayton Keller was asked yesterday how he feels about representing Team USA in the Olympics and representing his hometown of the St. Louis. And by the way, we got into this yesterday. St. Louis, it's St. Louis Metro on the east side. He's from Swansea. That's considered St. Louis Metro. I know there are some people who may not agree with that, but that's St. Louis. I'm telling you, you're from St. Louis area if you're from the Metro East. You are. It is what it is. He's with the Mammoth, by the way, the Utah Mammoth. So here's Clayton Keller talking about his U.S. Olympic opportunity with the United States representing St. Louis.
Just like representing your country, but also representing St. Louis, right? Like I know growing up, you guys had a great group of guys that have made it to the NHL, but putting on that jersey and representing your hometown along with, a couple other guys that are on the team, what does that mean to you as well?
Yeah, it means everything. Getting to play with Matthew and Brady again will be super cool. We grew up playing together, and there's some good pictures of me and Matthew. We both had these bright yellow gloves, and that's a good memory from us back in the day. And a lot of credit goes to the alumni in St. Louis, Jeff Brown, Keith Tkachuk, Al McInnes, Kelly Chase. There's so many guys that sacrificed and put us on the right path, and we owe them like so much. Like we didn't realize how lucky we were to have those guys around all the time.
Just like,
yeah, very, very respectful. Clayton Keller, the Blues sniper, the Blues killer. He goes after the Blues every time he plays them. That's for sure. Whatever. Good to hear him talking about that with the Olympics coming up. Much, 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 much love to Clayton Keller from that standpoint. And just to see all these kids who are making and doing so well. If you weren't with us at the top of the show, Jordan Goodwin. Who does Jordan Goodwin play with now?
The Phoenix
Suns. They had a big win over the Oklahoma City Thunder the other night. He had 28 points, 8 of 13 shooting. Althoff Catholic, St. Louis area kid doing well in the NBA. What are there, like 5? Didn't we go through the list one recently, like 5 St. Louis area kids in the NBA?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Jordan Goodwin, the Ryan
Beal Tatum.
Beal Tatum.
Who's Ryan?
Ryan,
the
tall guy from Creighton with the Trinity. He plays for the Hornets.
Yeah, I can't think of his last name.
Kalbrenner. I just say it wrong.
Kalbrenner.
I always say it wrong, so I don't say it. But
does he start too?
Yeah, he starts. He's one of the few rookies that start too. I don't count Yuri because he'd be floating too much.
But we don't. Do we have anybody else coming up the pipeline that we can see that are in some colleges right now that you think?
There's a kid in high school. I think he's going to be really nice. I think if he just puts a little weight on him, he's really
like Scotty, you're talking.
Yeah,
NBA good.
That Scotty kid is nice.
From where?
From Webster.
Oh, okay.
That Scotty kid is
Is he committed anywhere yet?
I think Mizzou.
Okay. If you find that out, you can let me know. That's all good.
But yeah, that Scotty kid's really good. I think he just needs to put some weight on though.
Okay. I got it. Did you see the Eli sound?
Yeah, I got that too. Yeah, I'm pulling that up.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We spent some time talking about where kids are.
Yeah, he's at Mizzou. My bad. Yeah, he signed to Mizzou though.
And he's a senior this year.
No, 2027.
Oh, so he's got 2 more years.
Yeah, and he's 6'3". That's why I'm like, he's nice.
And of course, we already know about Missouri's top 2 recruiting class in America that's supposed to be coming in next year as well.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about another kid that's that good.
Yeah, he's a part of it. He's a part of the 2027 class, I think.
Oh, he's a part of that class.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's why people were excited about Missouri basketball as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're not able to get these top recruits yeah, obviously you have to recruit, and Dennis Gates gets credit for being a recruiter, but you have to have the cash as well. You do. You have to have the cash in this day and age. But it also leads to something else, which we were just talking about when it comes to recruiting and kids, and we call them kids. They are kids, but you know what? They wanted money, so they put on the fast track. And you can't get the money and then just be insulated from life, because life doesn't care. Eventually, it will find you. Life will find you, the ups and the downs. And we know the downs will definitely find you. You can't avoid it. Eli Drinkwitz did a press conference yesterday talking about this whole situation regarding life and adversity and kids and what he sees right now. And obviously, many people that look at what's happening with the college game, whether they're for NIL and name, image, likeness, that's what it is, being used to make money, and schools giving you money. But what happens is the kids aren't out looking for the advertising situations themselves. They're supposed to be. The school's manufacturing that. They're the ones working for it. If the kids were out looking, trying to sell themselves, they're learning some life lessons. But they're not the ones out there making calls. Hey, will you support me? And they're not. So what are they really learning? Well, Eli Drinkwitz talked about what he's starting to see. And whether you like Eli, think he's a good coach, not whatever. I said I thought he should be at Mizzou. He is a thinker, and he'll tell you what he thinks. Here's Eli Drinkwitz.
We're such a instant gratification era, including myself. I'm not putting this on anybody. It's the entire world we live in, that we're trying to skip the step of adversity and growth. And you're never going to be able to skip that in life. You're always going to have to face it. We're such a instant gratification era, including myself. I'm not.
Instant gratification era. No, I get it. We are. When's it going to change? How is it going to change? Is it going to change? Probably not. Not anytime soon, at least. I mean, what would you think, or what do we see that anything would change? I don't. I certainly don't. Not one bit do I see how that's going to change. But you have some of those things that are going on. One other thing that I needed to get into, and not to just totally crush the subject, but when it comes to all of the transfers, I was told this, true or not, that there is something else that's happening that's not being reported when it comes to these kids. You hear some coaches complaining there's 4,000 kids in the portal to change and go chasing money. And this doesn't affect most of society. It doesn't. It's a few, small percentage. But I bring it up because it's also a situation where there's so many times in life, whether it's business or whatever, where people will want you to believe one thing and not tell you the full story. Heck, that's in life. You ever dealt with that? Somebody,
yes, all the time.
There are people that refuse to accept responsibility and will make you the villain to themselves, to their friends, to their family, whatever, to justify whatever actions they have. Oh, she's horrible. He's horrible. Well, now we're starting to see this in the NIL. You have coaches saying, oh, it's horrible with the situation that's going on. These kids, they're all leaving. The grass isn't greener. One of the biggest fake phonies. I can't stand them. I'm not going to say I can't stand them, but I just. The head coach at Northern Illinois football, he's out complaining. Let me just tell you something. I had a personal experience. The man is not a truth teller. He's like a lot of these coaches. They lie. This guy lied. I caught him in a lie. And he's out talking about how these high school kids don't know what they're doing. 4,000 kids in the portal, 1,000 won't have spots. They should stay home. They shouldn't do this. They shouldn't do that. They're going to get caught. Well, guess what? I was also told by some parents and by some former players that these coaches and these staffs fire players. These kids aren't just, quote, leaving. They're getting fired. They can get rid of you too. Because here it is, it's a catch-22. Just be honest about it. You know, Coach Hammock at Northern Illinois. I'm sorry. I don't have respect for the man because I had a situation where he lied. And I can say it live here because he knows they lied. That's why I don't trust anything about Northern Illinois. Yeah, 2 years ago, they had a nice win against Notre Dame. Okay, what? And then they got their asses beat this year by just about everybody. But his school has been raided by the NIL. A lot of kids have left. But he's out. These kids shouldn't leave, whatever. Guess many of these kids are not being asked back or being told you need to leave because you're never going to play. But you don't hear that being talked about by the national media, and it's happening. And guess what? It's been going on for decades. My former coach, Larry Smith, at Mizzou. I love Larry. He was exactly what we needed at the time to change a mentality and a program around that hadn't been to bowl games in many years. He came in, he told kids, you need to leave. It's like, you're not going to play here, leave. Because they want you to leave or tell you that so that they can try to fill the scholarship with somebody else that gives them a better chance at competing for playing time, if that's what they don't think you're going to have what it takes. So how many of these kids really want to go out there and say, oh, crap, we got to get to break. Sorry. Damn, I hate that. Okay, I'll finish this story up on the other side, plus anything else you guys want to get into. But not all is what it seems all the time. In life, with our families, with our personal relationships, boyfriend, girlfriends, whatever. This is Arch City Now. We are your Lou information station. We are live and on demand at LouInfo.com. Producer Rice here. I'm Vic Faust, back with more right after this.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
The Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News. I'm John Summers. President Trump's joining Republicans at a private GOP retreat today in Washington, D.C. Reports say the day-long event at the Trump Kennedy Center reportedly focuses on their strategy to keep the majority in the midterm elections. Deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro pleaded not guilty at his arraignment in New York City Monday, saying he's a prisoner of war.
A defiant Maduro professed his innocence, claiming he'd been captured and kidnapped and that he's still president of Venezuela. He's charged with narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, and weapons counts, and told the judge through an interpreter, I'm innocent. I'm not guilty. I'm a decent man.
I think what President Maduro said in court speaks for itself.
His lawyer, Barry Pollock, speaking with reporters outside Manhattan federal court. Maduro's wife, Celia Flores, and adult son also pleaded not guilty. They'll be back in court March 17th. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler.
Several members of the UN Security Council condemned the U.S. operation in Venezuela.
During an emergency meeting on Monday, France's deputy UN ambassador said the capture of President Nicolas Maduro chips away at the very foundation of international order.
The military operation, which has led to the capture of Nicolas Maduro, runs counter to the principle of peaceful dispute resolution.
The UN Secretary General said the Trump administration violated the UN Charter. The Colombian ambassador said the U.S. is undermining international peace and security. Meanwhile, Russia and China are calling for the release of Maduro and his wife. I'm Mark Mayfield.
The Pentagon will censure Arizona Senator Mark Kelly over a video where he told service members to refuse illegal orders. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth called the video seditious and said in a statement on X, the department has initiated retirement-grade determination proceedings, which result in a loss of pay. From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are now part of healthcare sharing because it just makes so much sense, especially right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before January 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is January 15th. So call now. You'll save even more. Call 855-SHARE-40. That's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. 222-2222. 222-2222.
After a long day, nothing beats kicking back in a brand new hot tub from St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. These guys are the real deal. They've been around for over 38 years and got more than 400 five-star reviews, and they've earned every single one of them. They sell premium, American-made hot tubs. USA, baby. And because they keep their overhead low, they pass the savings right on to you. You're getting better quality at a better price. And here's the best part. No hidden fees, no surprises. No, oh, by the way, charges. And if you find a comparable hot tub cheaper at a local dealer, they'll beat that price. Guaranteed. That's right. Best price guarantee. No one's beating them. Plus, when you buy from St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, you're buying from a company that's been here for decades. And they'll be here to service your tub for as long as you own it. Check them out at besthottubprices.com. That's besthottubprices.com. St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, highest quality, best price.
Joined now by the boss, Dave Green. Dave, we're building something pretty special here, but running a growing media company takes more than great content. Tell us why you chose Home Bank for your business banking.
For us, it's all about relationships. With Home Bank, we're not just an account number. We know the people there, and they know us, our goals, and where we're headed. That personal connection makes all the difference.
Greener, when you say relationships, what does that really look like?
They not only know my name, Cam, they know our business. And when I need something, whether it's a phone call or a text, weekday or weekend, morning or night, I get a response from someone I know and help with whatever I need.
That's huge. And for a business like ours, you need a bank that can move at the pace you're moving.
Exactly. We're in a fast-changing media world, and Home Bank has been a steady partner through it all.
Home Bank is a team behind our team. Visit myhomebank.bank or call 855-577-2001.
Home Bank, member FDIC, more than a bank, they're your business partner.
The Lou Information Station presents Art City Now with Vic Faust.
Welcome back into the show, everybody. Art City Now. I'm Vic Faust, our producer, Rye, alongside this morning. Glad you guys are with us. It's 7:05. The sun finally coming up in St. Louis. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. What's going on in your guys' life? Feel free to jump in on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Let us know. Say hi. As always, we appreciate you guys letting us know what's going on. The other thing is, if you guys have stories, ideas, interviews from that standpoint, you know what we do. We're promoting St. Louis, all positive all the time. Anything from charities, businesses, whatever, you name it, we're trying to get the word out. And, of course, having some fun with you guys. Some of those stories that we were covering, obviously, a lot of things from a sports standpoint. I had to finish up a story when it came to what's going on. And then I forgot during the break what I was talking about. I thought it was a situation where what they're doing is they're telling kids that they should leave. College coaches are telling kids that they should leave. And then when they leave, they're not necessarily reporting what's actually going on. Do you think kids are going to put it out there? Hey, I got basically fired. I got fired from Mizzou, or I got fired from Indiana. I got fired from Northern Illinois. Who wants me? It makes them look better if they say they're putting their name in the portal and going somewhere else. So that's what they do. But don't think for a second that all these kids that are leaving on their own accord or their own will, because that's just not the case. And we just try to deal with fact. But then that's the other thing. The coaches complain. And here's the thing, and I hate to say it, but ask anybody that's dealing in recruiting. Ask any of these high school coaches that are dealing with these people, recruiting coaches lie. Look you in your eyes and lie. Lie to you, lie to mom, lie to dad, because they don't know what's going on. They're afraid. They're looking to try to get what they can get out of life too. They're like, oh, so many times as you see kids that are recruited in girls, boys, whatever sport, if they get an offer, if somebody actually offers them something, all of a sudden you'll see a flurry of offers because other schools go, oh, if they offered them, then we should probably offer them. They're not all doing their own due diligence, or they just don't know, or they'll say, yeah, we want you. And then, oh yeah, we don't. So these colleges and these coaches have no business to complain about anything. The players have no business to complain about anything. It's all one big hit show, as I've said so many times. If you enter into that arena, everybody can get screwed over, and probably more times than not, you're going to. And it really sucks, because in life, don't you want to go to work or be with a family where you can kind of trust people? How many times do people tell you all that you can't trust people? Bri, you're a young guy. You're 22. How many times have you heard that already in your life?
I've heard that multiple times. All the time growing up, you can't trust people.
But that sucks. What kind of way is that to live life? You can't trust people. It's like you always have to walk around with like a kind of your head in a swivel, kind of a chip on your shoulder, not necessarily, but you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's like walking around life, not trusting people. I don't know. Maybe it's the individual. I can't stand it. I've always I put myself out there. I've been screwed over several times. Like you be kind, and people who know me know that. You just say, I'm just going to go about life. To use that against you, and they will. But it happens in college football as well, and basketball, and volleyball, and soccer, and every other sport that's out there. So we just had to finish that up with what's going on when it comes to the world that we live in now from a college sports standpoint. All right, Art City now here, covering all these stories. I thought this was kind of interesting, guys. You may find this interesting as well. New surveys done. The U.S. annual salary by age revealed. 20 to 24-year-olds earning around $737 a week, annual wage of just over $38,000 a year, which would break out to a wage of about $18.43. The age group that has the biggest jump in salary increases from one age group to the next, meaning that's when most people make the most substantial jumps in their career. So that's age 20 to 24. Okay. How about ages 25 to 43? You're looking at just over $1,000 a week, about $53,000 a year, which would break out to a wage of about $25.45 an hour. That's it. Average national salary for them. Okay, 35 to 40. About $1,200 a week. 64,000 to a wage of about $30 an hour. The highest average earners at 13.8% more than the national average salary. Okay, how about the age of 45 to 54? Earnings peak range. making $1,239 a week, annual wage of $64,428 for an average of $31 an hour. The average earnings start to fail at 45. Those age 65 and over earn almost 8% less than the national average. Okay, this is interesting. I don't know. 55 to 64. This age group slightly lower than the median salary for people age 45 to 54. About $1,218 a week, just over $30 an hour average. And then 65 and older, you're looking at just over $1,000 per week, with their annual wage being about $54,000 a year, which is about $26 an hour. So I saw that come in. I thought it was interesting. I mean, that's why, side jobs and investing and ways of trying to save money, put money away, let your money work for you. You've heard it all in your life. Those kinds of things are so important, as we talk about. So you just got to find what works for you from that standpoint. So anyway, you find what works from that. Let's see here. Also, we talked about, we got some things with the news headlines that we normally do. Great weather this week. Highs in the 60s or near 60 pretty much all week long. Can't complain with that. Loving life from that standpoint. Also, there's a St. Louis County bakery that's closing by the end of January. If you guys hadn't seen that yet, came down. We cover those things when we get those out there. But what's happening is, it was called Prioritized Pastries. It was a vegan, gluten-free, and nut-free Maplewood. Said it's going to be closing its storefront this month. If you didn't, it was over off Sutton Boulevard. And they just said that they needed to temporarily close. So they're going to only be open for scheduled pickups and for online orders. They will be open to the public for select days this month prior to closing. So one of those updates that came down that we were trying to get out. Another interesting news update, at least I find it interesting, because look at all the opportunities, or I guess you could say attempts to bring in AI centers throughout the St. Louis area, the data centers. Well, now more than 400 acres of land in and around STL could be home to 2 possible data centers. Lots of jobs, lots of activity. It's interesting as you get out more west off Highway 70. The STL Board of Aldermen are going to hold a first reading on this proposed annex to do 3 properties, totaling more than 216 acres, land just north of Interstate 70. Would be very interesting. Like we said, brings in a lot of money. So who knows? We'll see. We know there's been a lot of these people who've been trying to bring stuff in. So anyway, that's where we are. Hey, producer Rat, could we do a quick break? I know it was a quick one. I was talking about it. I wanted to get something else up here. Another story, check on the story that you bring in. So we'll do a quick break. This is Art City Now. We'll come right back, and then we'll figure out what we need to do there. And you're listening to the Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story begins.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
BlueInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
Your LouInfo.com news report. St. Louis County Police are investigating a deadly shooting in Jennings. Officers were called just before 2:30 on Monday morning to the 2000 block of Switzer Avenue, where a man was found shot and pronounced dead at the scene. Police say a suspect was injured during a break-in at the St. Louis Public Library branch on South Jefferson Avenue. It happened around 6 a.m. Monday. Investigators say 2 suspects broke into the building and the investigation is ongoing. Illinois State Police shot and killed a woman during a stop involving a stolen vehicle on Sunday night on South State Street. Police say 40-year-old Rachel Terrence of Mayville hit a squad car and drove toward a trooper who fired. Terrence later died. No troopers were injured. The trooper is on administrative leave. Prioritize Pastries in Maplewood will close its storefront later this month, but the business may continue in another form. The owner said the lease at the Sutton Boulevard location was not renewed. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Some rain coming up later in the week, but for now, things stay pretty nice. We will have a little cloud cover for a while, but more sunshine as we get toward afternoon. Breezy and upper 50s on today's high. Overnight, some clouds, upper 30s, and then 60 and sunny on Wednesday. Rain looks pretty likely on Thursday. Will stay near 60. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and on the free Lou Info app.
St. Louis sports fans, now you can go deeper with STL Sports Central Insiders. Get exclusive access to Bernie Miklasz, Randy Carricker, Mike Claiborne, Jamal Mayers, and more. Plus, your chance to watch a Blues game in the alumni box with Jamal himself. Also, monthly giveaways, Bernie's columns all week, and you'll be supporting local sports media. Join now at stlsportscentral.com.
After a long day, nothing beats kicking back in a brand new hot tub from St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. These guys are the real deal. They've been around for over 38 years and got more than 400 five-star reviews, and they've earned every single one of them. They sell premium, American-made hot tubs. USA, baby. And because they keep their overhead low, they pass the savings right on to you. You're getting better quality at a better price. And here's the best part. No hidden fees, no surprises, no, oh, by the way, charges. And if you find a comparable hot tub cheaper at a local dealer, they'll beat that price. Guaranteed. That's right. Best price guarantee. No one's beating them. Plus, when you buy from St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, you're buying from a company that's been here for decades. And they'll be here to service your tub for as long as you own it. Check them out at besthotTubPrices.com. That's besthotTubPrices.com. St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, highest quality, best price.
Energy, grab your crew, hit the road, and experience a Grizzlies game night in Memphis. An unmatched atmosphere and star-studded NBA matchups are waiting for you just down the road on I-55. There's nothing like Grizz game energy, and there's nothing like being here with 19,000 new Grizz Nation friends at FedEx Forum. Dive into the action, follow the Grizzlies on social media, and visit grizzlies.com/tickets to grab your seats today. That's grizzlies.com/tickets.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Producer Rye here. I'm Vic Faust, Arch City Now, here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m., bringing you all things St. Louis all the time and other stories, making national news with a St. Louis flair. Hot Take Central 2.0 with Jim the Cat Hayes and former Blue Cam Jansen, Jim the Cardinals broadcaster as well. Pick you from 8 to 10 o'clock. Then you've got the Grit Show today from 10 to 11. Who does the Grit Show again? We got over there
Kelly Chandler, Michael Chandler, and Jennifer Bardeau.
All right.
Elevate and Lead.
Elevate and Lead. You got 3 hosts coming in to do that today. Then, of course, Charlie Tuna from 11 to 1 all the time, bringing you everything that you possibly can there. If you guys want to give us a call, you can do that as well. 855-282-8255. 8255. Appreciate you guys being in with us from that standpoint. Also, boy, oh boy, I don't know if people are eating fast food every now and then. It's been many, many years since I had a McRib sandwich, but I saw that McDonald's was facing a class action lawsuit over their alleged McRib meat misrepresentation.
What does misrepresentation mean?
Meaning that it's not really meat.
Ew, I knew it couldn't have been real meat, man.
I know. Class action lawsuit filed against a fast food chain accuses the company, believe it or not, of misleading customers into believing that the McRib actually contains pork rib meat. If it's not pork rib meat, what is it?
I don't get the McRib. Like,
oh man!
Remember when they had the chicken Big Mac?
No, but I saw something today online about it.
Oh my, that was it.
It was good. You liked it?
It was like,
was it fried?
It was like a chicken nugget on a sandwich.
Okay,
with Big Mac sauce.
Yeah,
it was all right.
Oh, with big.
It was a lot. I wouldn't get it again, but it was an acquired.
Well, this lawsuit was filed in Illinois federal court in December, and it claims the customers believe that the McRib actually contained premium cuts of pork, like spare baby back ribs.
Like, come on.
But it accuses McDonald's of intentionally misleading customers in that it's not actually meat.
Whoa, like it's not even meat at all. Like,
McDonald's even goes so far as to say the sandwich meat's patty and resembling a cooked rack of pork ribs in the spare rib or baby back rib cut, but it's not true. They say they even try to make it look like it's been cut from the back of a rib, but it hasn't.
It's fake.
That it's all fake. But McDonald's is saying the McRib has a base of 100% seasoned boneless pork.
oh, okay, that's cool.
And lists the ingredients for the McRib pork patty on their website is pork, water, salt, dextrose, whatever that is, and rosemary extract.
Okay, at least it's pork, guys.
Allegedly, that's what they say. So now they're going back and forth on this, and we'll see what happens. Class action lawsuit. McRib, baby. They need to tell me if those McNuggets are real or not. The chicken nuggets.
You know what's crazy? I used to get like the McDonald's McNuggets from like, you can get them at places. Like get them from like a butcher shop or something, which is crazy.
But McDonald's?
Yes. Like when I was in high school, my dad used to like go to like some spot and he would have like, it was like a butcher shop and they had the exact same McNuggets. Like I would throw them in the air fryer and they tasted just like they were from McDonald's, but just healthier because they were in the air fryer. Like,
wow.
Yeah. It's game changing. I don't know I forgot what brand it was. I don't know where they were getting it from, but yeah, it's game changing.
All right. Some of those things that were happening when it came to some of the stuff that was going on here. Yeah. A couple of things we're doing before we got back into a lot of the St. Louis local stuff. Most expensive places to live in America right now. Most expensive. And I guess it's not surprising when you start to look in no specific order. San Diego. Housing's in high demand. Home prices reflect its reputation. They've obviously got world-class beaches, year-round sunny weather. Many relocate to the area. It's got a booming economy. So real estate prices well above the national average. So no surprise to me seeing San Diego on the list. How about Los Angeles, California? Would not want to live there. Sorry. Zero desire. Been there enough. Obviously, Hollywood's there. The economy thrives on entertainment industry, fashion, tech. Very, very high cost of living. It's still there. I'm sure it's gone down over the years, but right now it's still pretty high. Welcome to Miami, Florida. Also, obviously, stunning beaches, glamorous nightlife, culture, diverse culture. Hot spots, real estate, still big there. By the way, St. Louis is not on this list of expensive places. Santa Barbara, California, another beautiful place, affectionately known as the American Riviera. A lot of wealthy retirees hitting the Santa Barbara area. Obviously, real estate big there. San Francisco, California. It's always been there, but that real estate in San Francisco has gone way down. I was talking to a good friend of mine. He visited there not too long ago and talked about how real estate is falling and falling faster because of their homeless problem. They didn't deal with it. They had so many issues with drugs and homelessness. Just had a lot of issues there. Another one that's been on this list for a long, long time, Honolulu, Hawaii. You know, when I visited Honolulu, spent a week there, it was good, but I was like, man, I could never live here. I could not. I just felt like I was detached from everything. Have you ever had a chance to visit there yet?
No.
You'd probably love it. No, the weather was great. Very relaxed. It just felt like I was from just somewhere different.
Yeah, you're from a totally different spot. Yeah.
Different world. Salinas, California. No surprise there. Santa Rosa, California. This one kind of surprised me. Hartford, Connecticut is one of the more expensive places to live.
That's weird.
Yeah, they say it gives people a mix of New England charm with urban amenities. It drives the cost of living higher than what most would think. And I was like, oh, really? The city's affluent due to its insurance and finance industries. So Hartford, Connecticut. Another California town. Vallejo, Fairfield, and then New York City. Of course, you knew New York City was going to be there, Boston, Massachusetts, Seattle, Washington, D.C., and Chicago, Illinois. So there you go. I guess those are the oldies but goodies that we have seen in this case for quite some time. Nothing's really changed. The more things change, the more they stay the same when you look at what's actually happening, because all those towns have been very, very expensive for decades, many, 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 many decades. Nothing has, really changed. Nothing's really changed. Not at all. Hey, by the way, we get into the fast food talk that we were just talking about. I know a lot of people in the St. Louis area hitting up the Chick-fil-A's. But here's what they're doing. The fast food chain is celebrating its 80th anniversary. And by the way, Chick-fil-A is 80. May not seem like it's that old. It just didn't hit the Missouri, St. Louis area in the beginning, but 80 years this year. So they're going to begin selling frosted sodas and floats. So that began yesterday. So they said that they've offered it at some of its locations before, but the promotion is now available nationwide. So they've got them. They're frozen sodas and floats. I guess I didn't even realize that they didn't have them before, but good for Chick-fil-A. If you guys are over in line, you can check it out. Barks, Hi-C, Powerade, Coke, Sprite, Dr. Pepper. I don't know. They've got all that stuff there. All right. I didn't really drop in there much. So there you go. Get that all going here. This is Art City now. 7:30 on a Tuesday morning, January 6th. Glad you guys are with us. You can jump in on X, Facebook, and YouTube if you so desire. And of course, we'll talk those things over with you from a St. Louis standpoint. Not going on in the world, much going on in the world of sports. U.S. figure skating champions in town. Nice weather this week in the 60s pretty much all week, which is nice, at least through Friday. The competition gets underway. USA Network carrying that the next 3 nights, by the way. 7 p.m. Then NBC takes over the coverage in the evening as we lead into announcing the team on Sunday. Tickets are still available for people if they want to go down and check it out at Enterprise. And I talked early in the show today about there's certain sports or activities you watch on TV where justice is not done if you actually go and watch it in person. I think hockey is one of those. The first time I was at a hockey game as a child down low, watching the guys fly around, I was like, damn, that's awesome. Love it when it comes to hockey. Another of those things, I'm telling you right now, where it just doesn't do justice is figure skating. I know it's not something that you go and watch every day. The average person doesn't. But the first time, because I spent 11 years in Detroit and had a chance to cover Olympic figure skaters, was watching just how super athletic and strong that these men and women are. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. The power, the finesse, the technique, the strength that you need, jumping, power, endurance, you name it. So if you get a chance to go down and check it out, much cooler in person than it is on TV. You can start to realize just how athletic these guys and gals really are. So that's here this week. You can check that out. Mizzou's in action tomorrow night, basketball, trying to go 2-0 in SEC play after upsetting the defending national champion Florida Gators the other night. They're playing tomorrow night in Kentucky. It'll be a tough game, but you never know. SLU 13-1. They're also in action tomorrow night at VCU. They're a favorite in that game. The Blues get back to action tomorrow night as well. Had a couple days off after winning 2 in a row at home. Now they hit the road for 3 straight games. They've got Chicago tomorrow night. They're in Chicago, trying to make it 3 in a row and trying to get back to 500, the 500 mark for the first time since the 7th game of the year. They're now 17, 18, and 8. So it's an opportunity, or 9. So an opportunity for them to get back on the road. Be interesting to see who's in net tomorrow night as they take on the Blackhawks. Then they play Friday. Then they play Saturday before coming back home. And they don't come back home until next Tuesday, a week from today. They'll be getting back to the Enterprise Center. I did talk about this yesterday. We talked quite a bit, as a matter of fact, about the Kachucks, Brady and Matthew, and Clayton Keller playing in the NHL. Obviously playing for Team USA and all St. Louis guys, all first-round draft picks as well. And Clayton Keller was asked about how it feels to represent Team USA. So we'll play that sound for you. He was asked in regards to not only Team USA, but St. Louis. And Clayton isn't a man of a lot of words. He's a man who likes to beat up the Blues. He's a St. Louis area guy from Swansea. Yes, the Metro East is St. Louis. I digress. And here he is talking about what it means to him. What a cool story. Such a cool story. Good to hear from Clayton Keller there. The Olympics right around the corner. St. Louis will be represented quite nicely. Glad to hear him talking and people ask him questions about what it meant for him to be playing. Love to see it. Love to get it going on here. And of course, if you guys know of other St. Louis area athletes who are competing or doing something in the Winter Olympics, let us know. We'd love to talk to them. Love to get that out there, promote those stories, anything and everything that we can do. We certainly appreciate that. If you guys letting us know what's happening. This is Art City Now. You can catch us at X, Facebook, and YouTube. As always, we are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at luinfo.com. Do you guys still have your Christmas trees up? If you put Christmas trees up, did you take them down? I see lights all over the place still. So if you have, when is the right time in the St. Louis area or not? I saw a story, I think it was on Fox, where they actually were talking to people about your Christmas tree and whether it's safe to still have it or not and so forth. But quote from Matt Kopp in the Metro West Fire Protection District, he said, your Christmas tree is definitely more dangerous in January than it was in December. He says those trees, real trees, have their own natural life cycle. They get drier and drier no matter how much you water it. And once they're dry and brittle, they're extremely prone to catching fire. It's the last thing you want to do is have a fire in your house from a dang Christmas tree. So if you have a real Christmas tree and if it's still up, take it down. I know we love the Christmas holiday and the Christmas season, but it's time to take it down. He says, quote, the longer they're in your home, the more combustible they get, and many different types of things can set them off. He said, quote, it could be anything from a furnace vent, electrical cords that are under the tree that are plugged into the tree as well. He says the lights themselves on the trees can sometimes catch them on fire. So it's like okay, put the Christmas tree down. You still see lights. I mean, there's sometimes people keep lights up all year. Or it seems like it's 6 months. Yeah, we're getting into March, April, it's spring. You may want to take those lights down. Just saying. Anyway, that was a story that, they had it on Fox about Christmas trees and being safe, when to take the tree down, when not to. And it's like, okay, I think we're going to be done here. Thanks, but no thanks. We'll do our best. By the way, yes, you can go. I was asked, you can go online to get tickets for the U.S. figure. I mean, literally, you can type in tickets U.S. figure skating as you would go get tickets for basically anything. Yeah, so you can go do that. Just look them up. I was looking at tickets yesterday. There were still tickets available yesterday. I am assuming there still are tickets for this week to get out and enjoy it. If you can't, just let us know. Or if you got tickets and if you're going, let us know. And if there's something that people should be paying attention to when it comes to the competition, the U.S. Figure Skating National Championships here, that we should be looking out for, people, whatever the case may be, we would appreciate that too. Hey, I wanted to share another survey that MSN did. They put together the best small towns to raise a family in all 50 states, and a St. Louis area town got named in the top 50. Number one in the state of Missouri, best small town, Olivet. Olivet gets a shout out. You never hear about Olivet. Producer Eyes got his attention. He looked up like, oh, Olivet.
Shout out Olivet.
What they put together on this is they talk about it being an inner ring suburb. Obviously, we know that's the case. Olivet has high medium housing prices, spacious suburban atmosphere. The community boasts high incomes, low commute times, and low crime rates. Among Olivet's amenities, they call 5 parks, including Stacy Park, a certified urban night sky place. So, congrats to Olivet making the list. I was like, okay. I mean, when you break it down, I mean, it's a nice place. I never really thought about it being a small town nationally that could get, that kind of, I don't know. Do you know where Hinsdale, Illinois is? Is that up near Chicago? I've never heard of Hinsdale.
Never heard of Hinsdale.
Hinsdale is the Illinois town. I was assuming it was somewhere. Chicago's western suburbs. That makes sense. Some played a lot of lacrosse up in western Chicago area. Hinsdale getting the shout out there. Okay. Early on today in our show, we had spoke about what's happening and the craziness that's going on in the transfer portal, college football. Missouri got 3 players yesterday, which was really good for them. Receivers, they got a terrific linebacker, Woodall from Auburn. And they're also, they're still coming in. They had like 17 visits this week. But what's interesting now in this whole college football portal and everything else, the team that's become the most incredible college football story in the history of our country, that's Indiana, of course, is now the number one player in the portal. They now have kids, young men, who are wanting to go to Indiana. And in some cases, we think taking a little bit less money to go be with Coach Cignetti in Indiana. They haven't won a national championship yet. They're playing in the semifinals against Oregon, and that's going to be an extremely tough game. They already beat Oregon once. It's difficult to beat the same team twice in the same year. It just is, especially in college football and especially with a team as good as Oregon. But now it just shows you in life sometimes going the path that everybody says you have to go doesn't mean that it's always going to be the best way. Kurt Cignetti, we talk about him all of a sudden, and it's not just a sports story. It's a sports story. It's a story for life. He literally got out of making very good money on Nick Saban's coaching staff at Alabama. He's like, I want to be my own head coach. And goes and takes a massive step back and coaches at IUPUI, Elon University, eventually to James Madison, and then eventually to Indiana. And he took the long road because he loved it. And he shows up, and then all the success happens immediately, but the success didn't happen immediately. It happened over a long period of time, foundation building, experience. And in this day and age, when there's instant gratification, as we'll hear Eli Drinkwitz talk about in just a moment for both players and coaches, he's such a breath of fresh air. I mean, he's literally become one of the most likable guys, interesting guys, sports figures in America. And yesterday, Indiana had like 6 or 7 transfer portals, like top-notch kids. And if anybody thought that Indiana was going anywhere anytime soon, the only thing that looks like anything that would happen with Indiana is if Cignetti decided to leave, if he wasn't their head coach, because right now they've become, they haven't won a national title yet, but they're putting the pieces together to look like it's another little like Alabama. If they win a national title this year in his second year, yeah, look out. Look out, but it just doesn't appear. And regardless of what Indiana may do this year, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. They are not. They are here to stay. And that's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting coming down the track in regards to who's going to be going there, what's going to be happening, maybe a change of the times. Did you see that Ohio State's losing their number one receiver, Jeremiah Smith?
He's leaving for real?
Yeah, arguably one of the best receivers. I mean, there's some other guys that think he's great, but he can only like run straight goes. But he's leaving after they lost to Miami. And it's interesting because when the game ended,
yeah, yeah,
he's from Miami.
Yeah, all his guys are on there.
And he had said, had Miami been in a better spot when he was coming out, he would have stayed home. But all of his friends and all of his guys were all talking to him after the game. Ohio State coach
I saw that
had to come pull him away from talking to those guys because they knew, like, he could be hitting the portal and headed to Miami because Miami's got big pocketbooks now too.
Yeah, they do. Michael Irvin too.
He's a thing.
Yeah, he's not.
He looks like
anything, but
he looks like a leech to me, and I don't mean that disrespectful. He just looks like a guy that leeches off the program, and I don't know if he's given money or not. But he only shows up when Miami's good.
Good, yeah. He just to me, he's like that uncle. He's just like a drunk uncle.
Yeah, a drunk unk. There you go.
He's like the drunk uncle Miami University to me now. But hey, top tier receiver.
Yeah. And word is that it's going to be Miami. But that's what happens in this day and age. And we talked about it a little bit earlier in the show. It's like people are always looking for the next best thing right now. And that's the name of the game. It is interesting. Eli Drinkwitz was asked about this yesterday too. So Eli Drinkwitz, it's not a long quote that we're going to play for you, but it's Eli kind of talking about where we are in life. And once again, it's sports, but it's life. It's like everybody's always looking for the next best thing, the new thing. The grass is greener here. I'm really not happy here. Did you really fight? Did you really stay in something for a long time? Did you really try to make something work? Did you really give all that you had before you start looking for happiness elsewhere? Because adversity is something that you have to deal with. Are we ready for Eli? Okay. And no matter where you go, the more you try to get away from adversity, it's going to find you eventually. Sometimes parents can make things easy for their kids in life, but eventually adversity of some kind will find you. You have to learn how to deal with it, and it sucks, and it's kind of like going through chips and heartache, and everybody's going to go through it. You have to learn how to deal with it. It's not easy. If you need help, you go talk to people, but eventually you have to arrive and go, yep, acceptance, and go there and move on. Well, when it comes to this college football thing, it's like you can't just keep jumping thinking that things are going to be great. But also something that's happening is there are situations where coaches are also telling kids, young men and women, that they need to leave and they're not going to get any playing time. So you have a combination of all of this, which is making it just a nightmare situation for everybody involved when it comes to the college football experience, the college atmosphere. And of course, those can all be crazy problem area issues. So you just let me know when we're good. Oh, we are good. So Eli Drinkwitz was asked about it, and it makes sense. Here's Eli talking about kids and adversity and situations that they're having to deal with in college now.
You know, we're such a instant gratification era, including myself. I'm not putting this on anybody. It's the entire world we live in, that we're trying to skip the step of adversity and growth. And you're never going to be able to skip that in life. You're always going to have to face it, you know?
Yeah. You're always going to have to face it at some point in time. Can't get away from it. But that's what you see a lot of people trying to do. Not only in life, but in this college sports arena as well. Are you going to stay and fight if they want you, or are there situations where they're telling you to leave? Because those things are happening as well, that college football programs are not telling everybody as well that, oh yeah, you mean to tell me you don't want me here? Yeah, that happens too. But it puts kids at a bad spot. They're not going to go out and say, hey, yeah, I was told to leave. Can I come play with you guys? You know, that doesn't happen. And it's not going to be where kids, yeah, well, yeah, we'll see if we can get there. You know, so anyway, a couple other headlines this morning too here. The St. Louis Mardi Gras season officially kicks off today with 12th Night, a celebration that marks the beginning of the weeks of the festivities leading up to the Grand Parade, of course, in February. So what's going to happen is, you already know, we got the second largest Mardi Gras celebration in the country. Obviously, New Orleans is first. The theme for this year's Mardi Gras is Peace, Love, and Mardi Gras. The festivities culminating in the celebrations are on February 13th and 14th. The St. Louis Mardi Gras Mayor's Ball, scheduled for February 13th at St. Louis City Hall. The proceeds from the event are going to support the St. Louis Tornado Response Fund, assisting the recovery efforts, of course, after the recent tornadoes in the area that we were dealing with. So the following day, by the way, after February 14th, just over a month away, they're going to feature the Bud Light Grand Parade through the streets of Soulard, that historically attracts thousands of attendees, of course. Kicks off the Mardi Gras celebrations, the floats, the costumes, the performances, you know that, what happens there. So Tuesday, by the way, is also recognized as the official kickoff for the Mardi Gras season. So there are events going on kind of leading up and things from that standpoint all around in the local venues. So you have something to look forward to. It's already here. Once again, the cycle continues. We turn the calendar, and here we are again, leading into 2025, arguably the fastest year ever, seems like. And then, oh yeah, here we go. We're coming right through, and we're going to do what we can do to get everybody back in. All right, having fun. You guys having fun yet? Yeah, time is flying by. We are Arch City Now, here Monday through Friday, of course, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 with the former Blue Cam Jansen and Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. They follow us each day from 8 to 10 o'clock. We have a business show on today from 10 to 11. Of course, from 11 to 1. It's Charlie, Tuna, and the Posse taking you home for the rest of the day. And by the way, to check out the information and shows that we have all throughout the week, you just go to luinfo.com. Literally, we are your Lou Information station. We're live and on demand always at luinfo.com. If you have podcast ideas, things that you want to do from that standpoint, you can let us know. And of course, we'll get those interviews on. We have several interviews upcoming, been out looking for that. Also, the other situation that we need to have is when you guys have interview ideas, let us know. You guys have story ideas. You want to promote charities, events, all those things we'll do for you. We appreciate it. We get all that action done. And we'll continue to promote St. Louis as we try to do all the time. We appreciate you guys listening to us each day as well, as we try to take charge of some of those things that are happening all around town. The weather's going to be absolutely great this week. If you get a chance, you can get out, check it out, enjoy outside. I mean, literally, we've got 60s basically through Friday, or near 60 on Friday. And yesterday was pretty nice. Sunshine, possibility of a shower or two in the next day or two. But right now, I mean, come on. This is a very, 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 very nice week. Some other things that have come out, some new coins honoring the nation's 250th anniversary are being put out, celebrating. Last month, if you didn't see it, the U.S. Mint unveiled the commemorative designs. They're going to appear on dimes, quarters, and $50 coins produced in 2026. The coins are engraved with 1776, 2026. So it's a break from the general tradition of only being marked with the year in which they were minted. Kind of cool. The only change, let's see, that's the only change you're going to notice. On the newest nickels entering circulation, on the dimes, President Franklin Roosevelt has been replaced with Liberty as winds of revolution waft through her hair. The face with an eagle clutching arrows in its talons now appears on the reverse side. Okay, we got that. We're all caught up from that standpoint. You've also got, like we said, the sports side of things kicking off tomorrow. Billikens in action, basketball, Mizzou in action tomorrow. You've also got the Blues at the Blackhawks looking for their third straight win. That would be really cool as well. Some other things that have kind of come out, they're still, I guess, when you look, I don't know if you saw this last night, but as much craziness can happen in football, the FCS had their national championship game last night. Illinois State, Bloomington, not too far away from here. They lost to Montana State 35-34. They missed 2 field goals in the game. Illinois State did. Literally, this team came and then they missed their extra point. 4th and 10, Montana State. 4th and 10 scores a touchdown, and then they make their extra point. They win 35-34. I mean, literally, the game looked to be over. Illinois State was down 28-14, came all the way back, had a chance to win, and could not get it done. Some Illinois State, by the way, has some St. Louis area kids on their team, so I was bringing that up. Just really cool. So they finished their season 12-5, and nobody ever thought they would maybe even get out of the first round. But they were that's why I would say I love this. Like, the FCS has their own division national championship. I love it. I feel like the FBS should too. I'm sorry. That's why I was not a fan of Tulane and James Madison being in the college football final. Notre Dame should have been there. even though they whined and complained and cried.
Yep, should have been Notre Dame.
Notre Dame and Texas should have been there.
I would have been cool with Notre Dame and Texas, or
They-
even Notre Dame and BYU.
Okay.
Because BYU only lost to Texas Tech. If you want to be a conference junkie, but me, I would rather. See
But Texas had so many wins
Yeah, I'd
over
rather
big teams. That's why I thought that they should have been there. But anyway, we appreciate you guys joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 a.m. For producer Ryan, I'm Vic Faust. This is Arch City Now. Stay positive. Have an awesome day. And we will see you tomorrow. Hot Take Central 2.0 is coming up next.